Okay, will you bring up 1, 9, 72, 4, 10, 67, 8, 12, and 60.
I think what makes Piedmont different from other colleges is the overall educational environment. We pride ourselves on small classes, individual instruction, and in the theater department in particular, we thrive on that because it is such a hands-on art form. And because we learn by doing so much of the time, we like to be responsible for our students. We like to know our students by name, know their work ethic, know their talent base, so we can continue to stretch those students and allow them to grow into professionals.
When you come here as a freshman, you jump right into it. You have the same chance of being in a major position on a crew or in a show as a freshman here as you would have as a senior here. Whereas at a larger university or college, you might wind up not getting into those positions until you're a junior, maybe even a senior. This is a student-run program, which in a lot of larger universities, it's not always. We're here as guides and educators. We're not here to further our resume. It's your education, and you don't get it by us showing you from performing it on stage. You get it by doing.
Our production process is based strongly on collaboration. And it starts in the very beginning. We put together student committees that represent each one of the classes, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and they collect play suggestions, musical suggestions for the season.
You would start by putting your designers together with the director and the stage manager and working out the concept for the designs based on the director. Then we take those, put them into drawings and plans that can be realized physically.
Shortly thereafter, we begin auditions. All of our auditions are for separate shows. We don't audition for a season, but for specific shows. And then once the casting process is complete, the rehearsal process begins. And during the rehearsal process, that creative process by the design team and the production team is underway also.
We hang the lights, build the set, paint it, prop it, create the sound effects for it or the soundtracks for it, whatever's necessary. Then we go into the actual process of putting it all together, and that really starts on what we call Tech Weekend. The actors rehearse the show for several weeks, 4 or 5 weeks before we actually show up to integrate ourselves into it as technicians, and what we have is 1 weekend to do that. Tech Weekend is an intensive cue to cue at the beginning, which means running from each point of a lighting or sound cue to the next, stopping and skipping to the next one, so forth and so on. We do that on paper first, then we do it as a crew. Then we insert the actors into the process, culminating in either that evening or the next day, 1 complete run through with actors, sound, lights, costumes, set, all complete. And then generally the next performance will be the one the reviewer sees. So we get about 2 days to put ourselves into it. But it always seems to come out okay. I think we do a great job here.
We work as a family, and I think that's why we all go by our first names over here. We prefer not to be called Dr. Gablehausen or Mr. Gablehausen, but we go by our first names, Bill, Henry, John, and Kathy, because we're a family, because we work together.
If I do say so, I do toot our own horn, we're pretty darn good.